ever wonder why some action films fade into obscurity while others become legends? Um, Samuel L. Jackson has graced, uh, you know, countless action roles. But there's one that often gets overlooked. It's a film that brilliantly blends Japanese storytelling with a distinctly American edge. Uh, we're talking about a 2009 animated film that deserves far more recognition. This wasn't just another action flick. It was a stylistic explosion, a fusion of sword fights and hip hop beats. But beneath the flash lay a deeply moving story about guilt, grief, and the emptiness that follows revenge. The original series already broke ground, but took that unique world and made it intensely personal. In 2009, anime was often seen as a world away from hip hop culture, um, uh, shattered that idea. This was a true collaboration between Japan's Studio Gonzo and Jackson's own creative team, with a soundtrack crafted by the legendary RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan. And 16 years on, feels more precious than ever. Uh, that's it's not just a revenge story. It's the tale of a man trying to exist when there's nothing left to avenge. Um, Samuel L. Jackson doesn't just play Afro; he becomes him, and he delivers a performance that is both tough and tragically weary. From the opening scene, Jackson's voice defines the film, um, breathing life into two distinct characters. Um, Afro speaks sparingly, his words carrying the weight of years. Then there's Ninja, his boisterous sidekick who never stops talking. He's the complete opposite of Afro, and yet a vital part of the same soul. And Jackson masterfully voices both, creating a sense of a man fractured into uh, Afro's silence speaks volumes of regret, while Ninja's chatter masks a deep-seated fear. It's something really wide existing. Of together, they explore themes of trauma and loneliness with minimal dialogue, and it's like watching a man argue with his own shadow. But what's truly remarkable is Jackson's restraint. Um, Known for his powerful delivery, he keeps Afro cool and contained like a dormant volcano. That calm makes every outburst explosive. The film builds its tension around this control, or and it's easy to forget that you're watching an animation because Jackson infuses every moment with genuine weight back in the first place, because 16 years later, few anime performances match this level of depth. There's no reason for four stages that we have. Unfortunately, Jackson doesn't just sound cool. He sounds tired, haunted, and perfect. Is Jackson telling a story about the battles we fight within ourselves? The visual style of is stunning, even today. Is the frame feels so hand painted and infused with rhythm, that so infused with a depth that director Fuminori Kizaki and Studio Gonzo created one of the most beautiful and brutal art styles in anime history. Um, Afro's movements are heavy, each swing of his blade carrying the weight of past deaths, and silence is used as powerfully as sound, allowing the audience to breathe between moments of intense violence. The music, helmed by Riza, layers Japanese instruments with driving beats, creating a unique sonic landscape. The fight choreography isn't polished, it's jagged, messy, and deeply personal. As each battle unfolds, Afro moves with the music as if the fight is part of a larger song of pain and revenge. But what truly sets the film apart is how the style reflects Afro's inner state. The vibrant reds, stark shadows, and flashing steel mirror his emotional turmoil, balances beauty and brutality. Um, and, the fights violent but never empty. Each one reveals a piece of Afro's past, forcing him to confront ghosts more than soldiers. Even the smallest visual details tell a story. Flashbacks are rendered in softer colors, like fading memories, while the present is harsh and dark, filled with cold blues and deep reds. When Afro walks through empty villages, the silence speaks volumes. Uh, what makes so striking is its willingness to ask a question most action films ignore. Uh, what happens after someone gets what they want? And the original series ended with Afro taking revenge on Justice. The sequel opens with that victory feeling hollow. He has the top headband, the title of Strongest and Absolutely Nothing Else. CO, a mysterious woman seeking her own revenge, forces him to confront the world he created. Afro isn't fighting for peace. He's fighting because he has no choice. CO's motivations mirror his own, holding him responsible for the death of her family. It's a tragic cycle with no easy answers. Every battle Afro wins only pulls him deeper into emptiness. Uh, he walks through piles of bodies, searching for meaning he's already lost. And Jackson's quiet delivery sells that tragedy, and Afro rarely speaks. And when he does, it's as if he's forgotten what words are for. And in the end, Afro confronts his father, and the fight reinforces the notion that violence never truly ends. And when Afro wins, there's no sense of triumph. The headband is worn again, the world returns to normal, and the legend continues in front of the Contractors Association and reminds us that justice achieved through blood can never last, and that revenge doesn't heal wounds. Afro finds peace only by keeping his sword ready, even when there's no one left to fight. Despite its quality, never received the recognition it deserved. It had all the ingredients of a classic: an A-list actor, top Japanese studio, a compelling story, and a legendary hip hop composer. But it arrived before the world was ready. And in 2009, anime fans were still debating what constituted real anime, and Western audiences missed the soul beneath the violence and style. Opened the door for anime that blended global cultures. Shows like An Ode to Debt. It proved that samurai could wear sneakers and that rap and Bushido could share a heartbeat. What sets apart is its lack of closure. Um, um, there's no big speech, no satisfying resolution. It didn't. Afro walks alone again. His soul a little emptier, his legend a little heavier. Uh, over the years, fans revisiting often discover more than they remembered. Uh, Beneath the wild fights and stylish soundtrack lies a simple truth. Every act of revenge costs more than it gives back. Afro loses everything, even his sense of self, yet he keeps walking. That's what makes him a compelling protagonist. 16 years later, deserves to be remembered, not just as a cool anime with Samuel L. Jackson, but as one of his most human performances and one of the most moving samurai tales ever told. Uh, um, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, but sometimes it just leaves a really bad aftertaste. Uh, um, and with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.